The enterprise AI market is basically a three-horse race right now. OpenAI with its GPT lineup, Anthropic pushing Claude into corporate workflows, and then Mistral, the French AI startup that's been quietly building something different. And at NVIDIA's GTC conference, they just showed their hand. It's called Mistral Forge, and it's not just another API wrapper or fine-tuning tool. It's a full-blown platform that lets companies train custom AI models completely from scratch on their own proprietary data. That's a fundamentally different bet than what the competition is making. So what does Mistral Forge actually do? Think of it like this. Right now, most enterprise AI solutions work in one of two ways. Either you fine-tune a pre-existing model, basically teaching an existing AI some new tricks, or you use retrieval augmented generation, which is just plugging your documents into a general purpose AI so it can look stuff up. Both approaches are fast and cheap. But here's the catch. You're still fundamentally dependent on someone else's foundation model. Mistral Forge throws that playbook out. It gives enterprises the tools, the infrastructure, and the pipeline to train a model from the ground up using their own data. Your model, your weights, your intellectual property. Nobody else's fingerprints on it. Now you might be thinking, okay, but why would a company want to go through all that effort? The answer comes down to three things: control, compliance, and competitive advantage. Control, because when you train your own model, you know exactly what went into it. No mystery data, no hidden biases baked in from someone else's training corpus. Compliance, because industries like finance, healthcare, and legal are sitting on mountains of sensitive data they legally cannot pipe through third-party APIs. And competitive advantage. This is the big one. If your AI model is trained on decades of your own proprietary research, customer interactions, internal processes, that model becomes a genuine moat. Something your competitors literally cannot replicate by just subscribing to the same OpenAI plan everyone else is using. Here's where it gets spicy. Mistral is making a very deliberate argument that fine-tuning and retrieval-based approaches, the bread and butter of OpenAI's and Anthropic's enterprise offerings, have a ceiling. And for the most demanding enterprise use cases, that ceiling is too low. Fine-tuning is great for surface-level customization. But if you need an AI that truly understands your domain at a deep level, your taxonomy, your processes, your edge cases, you can't get there by nudging someone else's model. Mistral is essentially saying, we'll do the hard work with you, build it right, and you'll end up with something no one else has. It's a longer, harder sell. But for the right customer, it could be an absolutely compelling one. It's no coincidence that Mistral chose NVIDIA's GTC to make this announcement. Training models from scratch is extraordinarily compute intensive. We're talking serious GPU hours. By planting their flag at the world's biggest AI infrastructure event, Mistral is signaling that this is an enterprise-grade infrastructure first product. And NVIDIA, which has been aggressively partnering across the AI ecosystem, has obvious reasons to love a platform that drives massive GPU demand. More custom model training means more H100s and Blackwell chips flying off the shelves. This isn't just a product launch. It's a positioning move that aligns Mistral with the infrastructure layer of the AI stack at exactly the right moment. Let's be real for a second. This is an ambitious bet. Training custom models from scratch is expensive, time-consuming, and requires serious ML expertise on the client side. Most enterprises don't have that in-house. That's the exact reason fine-tuning and RAG became popular. They lowered the barrier to entry dramatically. Mistral will need to make Forge genuinely accessible, not just technically possible. They'll need professional services, tooling, documentation, and probably a lot of hand-holding for early customers. But if they can crack that nut, if they can make bespoke model training feel like a managed service rather than a research project, they could carve out a premium tier in enterprise AI that OpenAI and Anthropic simply aren't targeting. The question isn't whether the vision is compelling. It clearly is. The question is execution.